A relationship is like a plant. It needs time to develop and grow. Today I would like to talk about the three main stages in developing a romantic relationship: the initiating stage, the maintaining stage, and the termination stage. So, let's start off with the initiation stage. What's the first step? The question is, how do we initiate? There are many factors that go into this first stage of coming together. Knapp's relational development model tells us exactly how we do this. The coming together phase is basically the first impressions, where they're made, usually involving physical factors, such as clothing, smell, like perfume and cologne, and your overall physical appearance. Knapp also includes experimentation in this stage. This is basically where two people attempt to find common ground between the two of them, basically probing each other for information to see if they have any like interests. This stage is important because people find out if they really like a person or not through the experimentation. So, now that you've defined that you're in a relationship, what do you do? This is the maintenance stage. There are way too many maintenance techniques to discuss them all, so I'll only focus on a few. The first one I'd like to talk about is the most important. It's keeping the communication open. Fluid communication is a key tool to a successful relationship. Having secrets from your significant other can only lead to distrust, wondering, and ultimately termination. Another thing you can do is to just do things together. Although it's fine to have your own social groups and have your personal time, doing activities together strengthens your bonds as a couple and gives you quality time together that's necessary for a healthy relationship to flourish. A few more tips that you can use are to make sure your expectations are reasonable. Be sure to take responsibility for your part in any problems that you may have in a relationship. The blame game is never good for any relationship, romantic or otherwise. Dr. Phil says that having a solid friendship is also important because you should actually like your partner for it to be successful. You have to like them before you can love them. Another thing to do here is to maintain intimacy. Not specifically sex, but being intimate with one another by self-disclosure, pillow talk, and other things of this nature will strengthen your bond and bring you closer together. So, now that you've initiated, you've defined your relationship, and you've maintained for a bit, things might not be working out exactly how you thought. So you're going to attempt a termination. So, if you're not the one initiating the termination, how do you know that it's coming? Some signs to look out for. If your partner starts to become distant, they don't talk to you as much as they used to, they are not sharing their personal life with you, and they're avoiding you, it might be a sign that things are about to go downhill. Another thing to look out for is if you find the little things that drew you in first, and you thought were very funny and sweet, now ultimately drive you crazy, and they're not as cute as they used to be, this might be a sign your relationship is going downhill. The last thing to look out for is when your social groups and the people that care about you start telling you that they see a change in you and you don't seem as happy as you did in the beginning. Usually your friends and family can judge you better than you can, and they know what's going on even if you've been trying to hide it. So, if you start to notice some of these termination steps happening, what do you do? If you're the one thinking of ending it, you can use a few different techniques. The direct dump, the slow fade, or the redefining of the relationship. The direct dump is exactly what it sounds like. You sit them down and you end it. You say, it's over and we're not working out anymore. And that's it. The slow fade is a gradual stop of communication, eventually leading to no communication at all. Or the redefining of the relationship, which is the typical, let's just be friends for now. Maybe we should just give it a different title. So, now your relationship's been terminated. What are you supposed to do? Basically, the only thing to do is to move on and find someone new. If your relationship didn't work the first time, it's probably not going to work the second time.